Hey YouTube, welcome back to a special episode of the Lincoln Williams Show. And today we're going to be reviewing one of my favorite all-time favorite games on the original Nintendo Entertainment System. On the original Nintendo Entertainment System. So, without further ado, I hope you like the review and enjoy the intro. Do 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 do. As you may have heard, that was from the Legend of Zelda series, the main theme, basically. Um, so yeah, have you ever wondered what it's like to explore in real life or explore in a video game? Well, that basically what the Legend of Zelda series does for us is it gives us this exploration that we never even had before. So back in 1986, there was a game developed for the Famicom uh, and the Nintendo Entertainment System, known as The Legend of Zelda. So, and this series means so much to me. This series means so much to me as a gamer because um, I really do enjoy it. Basically, um, yeah, I'm gonna cut this review short. Uh, but um, but basically, what the Legend of Zelda is that you basically explore an open world. You basically start from the beginning with no items, no weapons. You just gotta go out there and do stuff for people. But in this game, it's more about the exploration and and the discovery of things. Um, it was more groundbreaking at the time. It was more groundbreaking at the time because kids used to exchange notes on the playground, which is pretty crazy. And yeah, the Legend of Zelda series, the very first Legend of Zelda did that was you had to exchange notes with another person on the playground to be able to beat that one section of the game. Um, so yeah, let's talk about my experience, which I used a walkthrough to solve some of the things. I was pretty shocked of what I found in that walkthrough. I was pretty shocked. I was like, whoa. So, anyways, I was pretty shocked of what I found in that walkthrough. I was blown away, YouTubers. I was like really blown away of what I saw. Um, when I saw in that YouTube video, one of the playthroughs on YouTube, but um, just to make it a little bit easier to get all the items and get all the cash, the rupee spots, and all that stuff. So it was pretty interesting. So you can make this game easy or hard on yourself, and most people they'll do easy, but some people will do hard because they want to make the game last. So yeah, I don't know what your preference is, YouTubers. Is like, do you want to get a game to do you um do you want a game to last or do you want to make a game quick, basically? So that's the other thing. So Zelda 1 basically was so basic. It was basically like the Atari game Adventure, but Adventure was a little bit more advanced, and that stuff. So yeah, but we had Adventure back in the day on Atari, and it was good, but it wasn't really as good as The Legend of Zelda, as the video game known as uh, The Legend of Zelda on Nintendo Entertainment System. So on the Nintendo Entertainment System. So um, yeah, The Legend of Zelda was really special to a lot of gamers because it came in a gold cart. So it came in a gold cart when kids opened it up on Christmas Day. On Christmas Day, and they were just greeted by a gold cart. And some have a gray cart, but I haven't even seen that around in the wild um, recently. And plus, I gave my gold cartridge to my future wife so that her sister can play it over at her house. So I actually gave that gold cartridge. Um, and she was like a little bit nervous because when I give her that gold cartridge just to be able to play it, um, and she was like, "It's your most prized possession." I'm like, "Yeah, so what? You can have it and all that stuff. I trust you with it and all that stuff." So, and it's like a little plastic seal so it'll protect it. So, yeah. Anyways, yeah. So it's pretty good. So that's the overall history of it. So it came in a gold cartridge and stuff like that. So let's talk about the overall adventure, the overall process that where I'm at now. Um, so yeah, so you explore an open world, which is pretty basic, but you don't know where you're going until you beat level one, and level one brings you all of the map. It brings you all the dungeons and stuff like that. So you can just go to a completely different. So here's the thing about The Legend of Zelda is that you can go wherever you want to go in the beginning. Once you defeat level one, you can go to any dungeon you want. You can go to any dungeon you want. You can complete out um, like any order you want and all that stuff. So, but I would continue to do things in sequence. So I do dungeon one, dungeon two, or dungeon three, or dungeon one, or dungeon three, or dungeon four, or something like that. But yeah. Anyway, yep. So that's the whole thing. So you can switch up the formula a little bit, but not too much because, um, yeah. So, yep. So, what else is there? So dungeons came in the first Legend of Zelda. Dungeons have always been there, except for Zelda. Yeah, Zelda 2 had dungeons, but it was all side scroller and all that stuff. Um, so yeah, I mean, Zelda 1 was Zelda 1 was just awesome in my opinion. A lot of people that I've talked to have played the first Legend of Zelda. I mean, you know, um, Chris has played it, but he just doesn't want to. I mean, my buddy Chris, he just doesn't want to get into that hardcore stuff, and it was just a little bit too archaic and that stuff, and so he just doesn't want to get into that. Um, so yeah. Um, so yeah, kids had to exchange notes on the playground, and there was a lot of, hype around the game when it came out. Um, Friends would go over to their go over to their gamers would go over to other gamers' houses and play the game if they didn't own it yet. Um, I mean, it was good. I mean, it was good relaxation. It's a good relaxation game if you want to, you know, um, break away from all the stress of 2D Nintendo, 2D Nintendo hack and slash and beat 'em ups and side scrollers and platformers that came on the system. So that was really refreshing, actually. There was a lot of RPGs that came out on the system, like Final Fantasy, but none of them topped the Legend of Zelda like the Legend of Zelda did, basically. So, how are the dungeons? Well, I got most through the dungeons. I got through most of the dungeons, but I'm on the final dungeon, and that always stumps people. I mean, looks like Ganon is gonna keep the princess from my arms once again. So, so he's gonna keep the princess from like, yeah. I mean, he makes it really tough to get to the princess. I mean, he makes it so tough that you have to like, so you have to go to the down to this like Circle Bay area. Like, he makes it really, really tough. I mean, the first part will stump you. Like the first couple of sections will stump you, and then you got to go through another section and then another section. It's almost like a floor system with, you know, it's almost kind of like a floor system basically. So, um, yeah, it's pretty advanced and it's almost like a shape of a skull. So the dungeon layout is almost like a, s- a shape like a skull and that stuff. And it's like, really? So, and I have a guide to beat this game. I have a guide to beat this game. But this one part that I can't get past is is Death Mountain. I'm in Death Mountain and I can't get past this one part. No that stuff. So um yeah, so that's the other thing. So how were the overall dungeons? They were they were excellent. They were basically excellent, except for the whiz robes. Yeah, the whiz robes were tough, and the dark nuts, the dark, like the dark knights, basically, like they're knights that just that go whatever direction that they want to go, except you can't stab them through the front and you can't stab them. Yeah, you can't stab them through the front. You got to stab through the side or the back. So those get really frustrating. Those get frustrating, really enemies. But the number one frustrating enemy that the one of the enemies swallows up your shield, and you have to go buy another one, and that's really annoying. You can't get it back. You can't. So you got to go out into the overworld and collect another shield if you want and some extra defense. So that gets a little bit annoying. So those are my like, and the whiz robes, oh my gosh, the whiz robes. Those guys will just kill you in like a couple hits, not stuff. And it's like, are you kidding me? So yeah, so I was like, so yeah, this Legend of Zelda is more arcadic, but it's a good archaic. I mean, it kind of reminds me of a little bit of like sort of like a Diablo clone, but not really because it's more kid friendly and you're solving puzzles and stuff like that. The original Legend of Zelda, but but it's still an excellent game. And so, anyways, how are the dungeons? How are the bosses? There's a dragon, there's another three-headed dragon that shoots fireballs, there's a spider, there's what else was there? There was I don't know, I don't really remember because it's been a little bit since I played the original Legend of Zelda, but so there's I think there's the Master Sword in this one, but they didn't call it the Master Sword. They called it the Magical Sword. So that was a huge plus. So anyway, what else is there? So there's Ganon, there's Link. Oh, so I got to talk about the story. So the story is that Zelda, to be able to protect the Triforce of wisdom from, uh, to protect the Triforce of power from Ganon, she split it up into like 8 parts, and she scattered them across, or seven pieces or 7 parts throughout the world. So she split them into like 8 dungeons and all that stuff. So she hid all the triforces of all the pieces of the Triforce, and she hid them away from Ganon and all that stuff. So yeah. So I mean, this is not like Skyward Sword territory, but um yeah, but it's very similar to that. So yeah, so it's pretty interesting to figure that part out. It says that in the manual and that stuff. I think it says that in the manual, but it says that also in my guide that I picked up as well. So anyway, so yeah, uh, so I'll do a quick message after the video, after the review. So stay tuned for that. So after the review is all done, after I give my final verdict and all that stuff. So yeah. Yeah. Um so basically um so basically, yeah, so there's the magical sword. There's all sorts of items that you can collect in the world. There's all this, all these different. So there's so many rocks to bomb and so many bushes to burn and all that stuff throughout the world. So yeah, so it's pretty cool. So it's pretty cool. So what you can do in this game. So yeah, so and puzzles to solve, and it's pretty genius. So actually, so yeah, I mean, people lived in caves this time around. People lived in caves instead of villages in this one. So yep. So it was pretty basic back then, but that's all they had. So anyways, in terms of game design. So yeah, so what I recommend, joystick or D-pad. I would choose probably a joystick to play this one. Maybe, I don't know. But anyways, um so yeah, I mean it's I mean this game is really really good, and I highly recommend that you give it a shot and see if you can beat it um, with no walkthroughs. Um, but good luck on that because that'll take you like 2 years to beat. Not so. Anyways, if you want a shorter experience, then go with a walkthrough because it took a lot of because it took you know because it took a lot of time for like John Riggs to get through a playthrough of this game. It took like 2 years to beat for him and all that stuff. So yeah. Um yeah, so you really can't go wrong with gold. Right, YouTubers, you can't really go wrong with a gold cartridge like The Legend of Zelda, basically. So anyways, YouTubers, so yeah, there's a bonus game after you get done with it. There is a what is there? What else is there? There is you can do a no sword run which is pretty interesting. You can do a no sword run, and yep, my 20 minutes are up. So yeah, so my 20 minutes are up, and so I gotta get going, and I gotta get my wife over to my parents' house because we're staying there for the night, and I gotta get this review out tomorrow, and yeah. So, anyways, so what I'm so what I'm saying is let's wrap up this review and to get to the good stuff. So the final verdict for The Legend of Zelda is none other than a 10 out of 10. Go play it. It's a really interesting game, and it's it's one worth playing. It's really one worth playing. It's, I mean, it's tough, but it's worth it. The rewards are worth it, basically. So, um, yeah, all the heart containers. I mean, I have all the heart containers. But yeah, I mean, it's really, really worth it. So my final verdict for The Legend of Zelda is none other than the legendary 10 out of 10. Go play this game right now if you want to experience it. So yeah. So how's married life? It really is something special when you find your special someone. Married life is good. It's really, really good. Married life is excellent, actually, when you find a special someone to help you out within life. So yeah. So with cooking and stuff, and a guy like disabilities like me that has terrible with measurements and science and stuff like that. So yeah, so I wasn't really good at those things, but yeah. So anyways, YouTubers, have a fantastic yeah. So anyways, YouTubers, I hope you find that special someone uh through your work or through an activity, a special activity, or a special group meeting. So I hope you find your special someone, like Lincoln Zelda, or like Lincoln and Amelia, and stuff like that. So yeah. So I love my wife, and she kind of looks like Zelda with her pointy ears and all that stuff. So yeah, I love my wife with her pointy ears. So it's really, really good. So yeah, she's cute. So she's really cute, YouTubers. So anyways, yeah, she looks like an elf. That's stuff. So yeah. So anyways, YouTubers, I'll check back with you guys within the next video. I gotta quit tonight. I gotta walk Amelia home, and I'll see you guys tomorrow when I upload this. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, and have a great night and stuff like that. So have a good one, YouTubers. All right, and keep playing Zelda, basically. All right, YouTubers, and I'll be back someday, YouTubers.